So everything was looking up. Oh yeah, we had Flameproof and Tupac. Tupac, I forgot about fucking Tupac. Tupac was awesome. He was like the most loyal member ever. He had no job. He was going homeless, and he was selling everything but his PS3 just so he can stay in the clan. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But no, he got into a lot of emotional shit and stuff. You know, it was all about loyalty and stuff. I learned quite a lot about that, and I was just like, loyalty, yeah. Um, um, so what happened next? Well, the clan was building up. I remember training a lot. It was just like me, Nax, and Diabolic and Nagal. We just kept on training customs, you know. They were all eventually getting to my level, getting closer and closer each day, you know. Because this was back when I was a nice guy. They loved me. They were like, I can't believe it. This king, this god of RFG, is teaching us how to play. We love you, MH, you know. And I was like, yeah, don't swear it, you know. I had my whole nice guy attitude. I remember Zoom and Leon had a lot of arguments because a lot of people wanted to be this second in command thing, which I should have just gotten rid of straight away. I remember Leon and Zoom had a 1 versus 1 for like second in command. I was just like, what's the fucking point? You know, it was basically a dick sucking contest for MH, you know. So I was like, guys, just like calm this shit down, you know. I'm just one guy. But they kept arguing. I mean, Leon had this knack of just pissing everyone off. He just went at it. He just kept going, and it's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You know, like 1 minute he'll be fine, everybody's getting along with him. Next minute he's all like, fuck you, I'm the best. I'm like, go suck a massive dildo. Oh, right. So him and Zoom would like have a 1 versus 1. Zoom would insult him with German words, you know, das ist Scheiße and shit like that. And Leon would be like, oh, you dick sucking German or something. I don't know. So they would argue, and Leon would leave, come back, leave, and come back like 1,000 times. I'm not going to go into detail about every time he left. That's just going to be boring. But that's how it went. My second in command was basically, I think it was Leon actually. Even though it should have been Rob, but Rob was never really active after the Bloodline game. He was never active. But it sort of went on the basis, I'd usually like talk to Nax, Zoom, or Leon. That was basically it. I never talked to anybody else that much. So the clan was running fine, and then I remember this one kid, Elkie Hellspawn, who I'd met before, but I never really got to know him or anything. I remember playing him in Elite Battle. I think he put in his comment box, Rdies suck after it or something. I didn't pay much attention to it. Then I met this kid for real. I really fucking hated this guy. This soon became like the biggest battle of RFG. Even with the clans, you could say Rdies versus Bloodline or Elites was the biggest battle of RFG, but it wasn't. It was MH versus LK without a doubt. That was the biggest fucking head-to-head thing. Because back then I was this nice bubbly guy. With insane amount of skills, and I could beat anybody. I was a team player. I could just make a team like just fit together and just take out anybody. Elkie was the complete opposite of me. He was everything I hated about humans. Just this little kid with a squeaky voice, just constantly insulting and taunting. He was a smart guy. He was a spoiled brat. I fucking hated him. And he had this huge ego. I mean, I didn't have an ego back then. He did. He really fucking did. Fucking hell. Every moment he had, every chance he had, he would insult my skills. Every second, he was just not giving me a break. And I met this guy, and I fucking had to destroy him. I was going to do fucking anything to beat this guy. And to be fair, he has never ever won a 1 versus 1 with me. Never. I remember our first one. I remember I was playing with Mingo and TK and all that, and they were insulting us, whatever. And I was just like, do you want to do a 1 versus 1? And Mingo was like, don't do that. Elky's like the best in the game. You'll make a fool out of you or something. And Mingo hated him as well, by the way. But that's what he said. And I was like, yeah, so I've heard, but I'll fucking take this guy on. I think I won like 10-7. Elky was like, fuck you, you use lag switches and turbo controls, blah blah blah. I'm the best, and you know it. And he called me a camper and a wall shooter and stuff like that. But I beat him. And Mingo's like, fucking hell, MH, you're like the best in the game. I was still not considered that. I wasn't going to stop until like LK knew I was the best. I wasn't going to stop until he knew, you know. So I remember playing him a lot of times 1 versus 1. I mean, Pyro Kid was always spectating. Pyro Kid. Oh god, Pyro Kid back then. I felt sorry for Pyro Kid. Elky treated him like shit. I tried to convince him to join our clan because he'd be treated better. Elky treated him like shit. Elky always got the credit for whatever Pyro Kid did. So you know, I was talking to Pyro Kid. I felt sorry for this guy. I just had to beat Elky, and Pyro Kid didn't really give a shit. He was always positive and cool. What happened next? So we got into a lot of clan battles with him. They did not go well for us because I remember. If any of you remember NSK, he did a lot of that bullshit. He pulled a lot of that bullshit on us. He would say like clan battle tomorrow, and I'll be like fine. He would come on at a ridiculous time, way past the one we agreed on. You know, I would have like not my best players on, and we'd lose by like 5 or 10. I was just like, oh, because the Elites was a huge clan as well. They had like Roman, Pyro Kid, Dave Bray, they had Delta Force. They had so many brilliant players. They had Roman, a lot of players, mostly American as well. But they were all little kids. So we kept losing like 5 or 10. I could not take losing to this guy. I'll be honest with you, as much as I hated Elky, he brought the worst out of me, or the best, so to speak. I was just like, fucking hell guys, what the fuck? I blame my own team, even though it's not their fault for not turning up when Elky was bullshitting us. You know, I couldn't stop myself from playing him. I could not say no, I don't want a clan battle. And I've always been like that. I just be like, we're doing a clan battle now. I don't give a shit what the circumstances are. You know, I always put myself against the odds all the fucking time. It's probably my weakness. You know, I can't say no. I'm like, yes, I'll fucking kick your ass now, even though it looks impossible for me to do it. Because I just know if I beat them, then it'll be like, wow, I beat them with these circumstances. It's always playing in the back of my mind, and I end up losing. I'm just like, oh my god. This is when the clan was sort of going downhill again. I remember Flameproof left the clan. Flameproof then didn't like me. Him, Gun Warrior, and I remember Tupac sort of went with him a little bit. No, Tupac went after everything else. There was this clan, the Warriors, you know, and they were like taunting me as well, and they kept stealing our players like one by one. Remember they took Goober first. I think they took Leon eventually, and they just kept nibbling at us, like taking one player at a time. You know, and every player was leaving me, and I was just like, why? I am the god, you know. I think it was because my whole nice guy attitude. People just weren't taking me seriously. So people kept leaving for Warriors, and eventually Hardy sort of died down, and you know, I was still having this war with Elky. I could not stop. So I remember Hardy's were sort of ending, and I think I finally sort of like went, right, Hardy's all over. That's it. But I had this whole plan in my head that I could join Elky's clan and just take over. A lot of people say that just happened out of circumstances and it was a coincidence that happened. It wasn't. I had this whole thing planned out where I would join Elky's clan get to the top, battle him for leadership, take over, and then call his clan the Hardys. That was my plan. As you could probably tell now, I won. But I'll get to that in another video. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll do another video soon. See ya.